Dubai has no public bomb shelters. That single fact reveals more about the city than almost anything else. On the night of February 28, 2026, missiles were being intercepted above the skyline. Air defenses lit the sky over Palm Jumeirah. Explosions echoed across the city as debris fell from destroyed drones. Smoke appeared near landmarks like the Burj Khalifa and the iconic Burj Al Arab. One explosion damaged part of the Fairmont on the Palm. Another strike forced evacuations at Dubai International Airport. For the first time in modern history, war had reached the skies above one of the world's most carefully engineered cities. But something else became clear that night. For millions of people living in Dubai, there was nowhere designed for them to go. No bomb shelters, no underground civil defense network. When the explosion started, many residents simply went to the only place that felt safe enough: underground parking garages. Parents told their children the booming sounds above them were Ramadan cannons, the traditional signal announcing the evening meal during the holy month. A sound normally associated with celebration was being used to explain the sound of war. The following morning, journalists described something almost surreal. A CNN cameraman reporting from the region described the scene as feeling like the early days of the pandemic: quiet, sunny, birds chirping, and almost no movement. Dubai without traffic, Dubai without airplanes, Dubai without tourists. In February, normally the busiest tourism season of the year, the beaches that are usually packed with visitors were nearly empty. The promenades at Jumeirah Beach residents, normally crowded with thousands of winter travelers, were strangely quiet. Highways that normally carry millions of residents each day looked almost deserted. For a city designed to be loud, crowded, and constantly in motion, the silence was shocking. And that silence tells us something important. Because the story of Dubai right now is not just about missiles. It is about what happens when the engine that powers a global city suddenly stops. When the regional airspace closed on February 28th, thousands of people living in Dubai tried to leave, but many couldn't. Commercial flights were disrupted. Airlines were canceling routes. For some people, there was only one option left: private jets that by March 3rd, charter prices had reportedly reached around $250,000 for a single flight out of the region. That became the price of immediate escape. Others tried a different route. Some residents drove across the desert toward the border with Oman, hoping to reach the capital city of Muscat. Taxi drivers reportedly charged as much as $800 for the long trip. Meanwhile, Western governments began issuing official travel advisories. Citizens were encouraged to leave the region or avoid traveling there entirely. Companies started evacuating staff. The U.S. Department of State advised Americans to consider departing several countries across the Middle East. And as thousands of expatriates began preparing to leave Dubai, another unexpected story started unfolding. Animal shelters across Dubai suddenly began reporting something disturbing. Dogs were being found tied to lampposts. Others were left inside empty apartments. Some were dropped near already overcrowded shelters. Veterinarians described a surge in requests for euthanasia. Animal welfare advocates highlighted the situation on social media, explaining that many expatriates leaving the city had abandoned their pets because they couldn't take them on short notice. The reaction online was immediate: outrage, anger, calls for accountability. Many of the people leaving were influencers who had spent years promoting their luxury Dubai lifestyles online. But the abandoned pets were more than just a story about irresponsible owners. They revealed something deeper about the nature of the city itself. Because Dubai has always attracted people who arrive for opportunity and leave when circumstances change. That mobility is not an accident, it is part of how the city was designed. The empty streets of 2026 did not appear out of nowhere. Only a year earlier, Dubai had been experiencing the opposite problem: too many people, too many cars, too much growth happening too quickly. In early 2025, a prominent Emirati lawyer named Habib al-Mullah publicly warned that traffic congestion in Dubai had become a serious problem. This kind of public criticism is rare in the United Arab Emirates, but his message was clear. The city's infrastructure was struggling to keep up with its rapid expansion. Data from the TomTom Traffic Index showed that drivers in Dubai lost around 72 hours per year sitting in traffic. That is 3 full days of the year spent stuck on the road. At the same time, the population was exploding. Dubai added more than 220,000 new residents in a single year, pushing the total population to around 4 million people. More than 1,000 new vehicles were being registered every day. Authorities launched dozens of new infrastructure projects, building hundreds of kilometers of roads, bridges, and tunnels. But the growth was happening faster than infrastructure could adapt. To understand why the empty streets matter, you have to understand how Dubai was built. Dubai was never designed like a traditional city. It was designed as a hub, a place where people arrive, work, invest, and move on. Today, around 89% of Dubai's population is made up of expatriates. Only a small percentage of residents are Emirati citizens. Most workers in the city are not permanent residents, and becoming a citizen of the UAE is extremely rare. It typically requires decades of residency, fluency in Arabic, and special government approval. This structure is intentional. Dubai built an economic model based on global talent and international capital, without offering full citizenship to most of the people who live and work there. For years, that system worked extremely well. But it also created a unique vulnerability. When people feel uncertain about the future of a place where they have no permanent roots, they can leave very quickly. When the missile attacks happened, that structure was suddenly put under pressure. People who had come to Dubai for opportunity now had to make a decision: stay or leave. Those who could afford private flights left quickly. Others waited for commercial flights to resume. Many simply stayed and hoped the situation would stabilize. But the events revealed something important. Dubai is a city built for movement, for arrivals, and for departures. When everyone tries to leave at once, the system becomes visible in a completely different way. Dubai has survived shocks before. This is not the first time Dubai has faced a major shock. During the global pandemic in 2020, the city's population dropped sharply as expatriate workers left when jobs disappeared. But within 2 years, the economy recovered. Tourism returned. Investment surged again. Dubai has proven remarkably resilient in rebuilding demand. But rebuilding demand is not the same thing as building long-term stability. The skyscrapers are still standing, flights are slowly returning, and in time, the tourists will probably come back. Dubai has proven before that it can recover from shocks faster than almost any other city in the world. But the empty streets of 2026 raised a deeper question. What actually holds a city together when the promise of stability is suddenly shaken? Dubai built its reputation on opportunity, luxury, and safety. That promise attracted millions of people from around the world. But when a crisis arrives, a city depends on something more than infrastructure. It depends on whether people feel they truly belong there. Right now, Dubai's empty streets are asking that question, and the answer will shape the future of the city. If you enjoy deep documentaries about global cities, geopolitics, and the hidden forces shaping our world, make sure to subscribe to the channel because the story of Dubai is only one example of a much bigger conversation about how modern cities are built and what happens when the systems behind them are tested. And in the next video, we'll explore another story that reveals how quickly the global economy can change. So subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.